Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving into the life-altering decision that Finn faces, and the shocking paternity drama that could destroy everything he holds dear. Stay with us as we unpack the emotional roller coaster ahead. Finn's world is on the verge of collapse. Will he keep the truth hidden? No matter how Finn tries to go about his day as if nothing is amiss, the reality of his situation is suffocating. Every interaction with Steffy Forrester feels strained, every word measured, and every glance heavy with an unspoken burden. The weight of the paternity test is pressing down on him like a boulder, and while he may be physically present, his mind is racing through countless what-if scenarios. How will Steffy react if she finds out the truth? Will this revelation break their marriage beyond repair? The overwhelming uncertainty has turned him into a nervous wreck, and though he might think he's keeping his emotions in check, those closest to him are bound to notice the cracks forming in his carefully constructed facade. The irony is that Finn has always valued honesty, but now, he finds himself entangled in a web of deception. It's a waiting game, and the clock is ticking. If Finn chooses silence, it won't just be a simple omission of truth, it will be a deliberate betrayal. Keeping a secret of this magnitude, especially from someone as perceptive as Steffy, is like playing with fire. One wrong move, one slip-up, and the flames will consume everything he holds dear. The last happy anniversary? Finn's desperate attempt to hold on to normalcy. Deep down, Finn knows that his marriage may never be the same again if the truth comes out. This thought alone makes him want to savor what little peace remains. The idea of one last happy anniversary with Steffy before their world implodes is incredibly tempting. It's not just about delaying the inevitable, it's about clinging to the life he has, if only for a little while longer. But how does a man pretend everything is fine when his entire reality is crumbling? Steffy has always been able to read him like an open book, and the more he struggles to act normal, the more obvious it will become that something is terribly wrong. He can attempt to mask his turmoil with affectionate gestures and forced smiles, but the guilt will be lurking beneath the surface. Even worse, if Steffy senses that something is off, she might start digging. Finn's best efforts to protect her could backfire, leading her straight to the truth in the most devastating way possible. If she discovers the shocking truth from someone else, through leaked test results, a misplaced document, or even an overheard conversation, the fallout will be far worse than if Finn had confessed on his own terms. A relationship built on love and trust cannot survive deception. And yet, the idea of voluntarily shattering Steffy's world is something Finn can't bring himself to do, not yet. The paternity test, a harbinger of doom or a path to clarity? As much as Finn dreads what the paternity test might reveal, there is no escaping it now. He has already set things in motion by asking April to quietly obtain Luna's blood sample and arrange for the DNA test. The evidence is being gathered, and soon, the answer will be undeniable. For weeks, Poppy Nozawa has insisted that Finn isn't Luna's father, but her words carry little weight in the face of his suspicions. Could she be lying to protect herself? Or is there a truth she is afraid to admit? No matter what, Finn needs proof. A gut feeling isn't enough, he needs to see the test results in black and white. But what happens if the worst-case scenario is confirmed? What if Luna really is his daughter? That revelation wouldn't just shake up his personal life, it would mean he shares a bloodline with a criminal. A dangerous, manipulative individual who has already taken lives and caused unimaginable pain. Finn has spent his entire life trying to be a man of integrity, a man who saves lives rather than destroys them. If the test confirms that Luna is his daughter, he will be forced to reconcile that truth with the knowledge that he may have passed down a legacy of violence. That kind of revelation doesn't just change a man, it torments him. The psychological toll, Finn's downward spiral begins. The stress of the situation is already beginning to take its toll. The preview video for the week of February 3rd hints at Finn spiraling, but the question remains, what is pushing him over the edge? Is it the fear of what the test might say, or has he already received the results? If Finn knows the truth and chooses to keep it hidden, the burden of secrecy could break him in ways he never imagined. He might become withdrawn, snappish, or even reckless. The pressure of maintaining a lie can manifest in self-destructive behaviors, and Finn may find himself making mistakes he can't afford. He could start missing work, avoiding Steffy, or lashing out over small inconveniences. Every interaction with Luna will become excruciating, every moment with Steffy tainted by unspoken guilt. His emotions will be a ticking time bomb, and it's only a matter of time before he detonates. Will he take matters into his own hands and reveal the truth before it's too late, or will his guilt force him to unravel, leading to an explosive revelation at the worst possible moment? Finn's options are running out. How will the truth come out? There are only so many ways this story can end, and none of them promise an easy resolution. Finn can attempt to keep the truth buried, but that will only work for so long. The reality of soaps like The Bold and the Beautiful is that secrets always come out, often in the most dramatic and unexpected ways. If Finn doesn't tell Steffy himself, will she uncover the truth on her own? Will someone else, perhaps Poppy, accidentally or intentionally spill the secret? Could an anonymous source leak the paternity results, leaving Finn scrambling to do damage control? No matter how the truth surfaces, one thing is clear: Finn's world will never be the same. Final thoughts: a family on the brink of destruction. This paternity revelation isn't just about Finn, it's about the entire Forrester family. Steffy, already haunted by past betrayals, could find herself questioning everything she thought she knew about the man she loves. If Finn is forced to reveal that he fathered Luna, the ripple effects could extend far beyond his marriage. Steffy will be blindsided, devastated, and possibly furious that Finn kept such a monumental secret from her. Will she be able to forgive him? Or will this be the breaking point that tears them apart forever? As we head into the explosive week of February 3rd to 7th, The Bold and the Beautiful is setting up one of its most gripping storylines yet. The tension, the stakes, and the emotional fallout will keep fans on the edge of their seats. So, what do you think, BNB fans? Will Finn tell Steffy the truth, or will he let the weight of his secret destroy him? Stay tuned for all the latest twists and turns, because if there's one thing we know about The Bold and the Beautiful, it's that no secret stays buried for long. Next, we're diving into Taylor Hayes' romantic entanglements, Ridge Forrester's inevitable betrayal, and the unexpected connections forming in the world of The Bold and the Beautiful. Stick around, because this drama is about to get intense. Is Taylor setting herself up for heartbreak once again? The history of Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes is nothing short of a never-ending cycle, one that has played out time and time again over the years. No matter how much Taylor hopes for a different outcome, it always ends the same way: Ridge ultimately chooses Brooke Logan. Given this well-established pattern, why does Taylor still hold on to the belief that things will be different this time? Is it blind optimism, or is she simply fooling herself? Taylor is a woman of intelligence and experience, yet when it comes to Ridge, she seems to fall into the same trap over and over again. This time, she genuinely believes she has a shot at lasting happiness with him. But if history is any indicator, it's only a matter of time before Ridge is drawn back into Brooke's orbit, leaving Taylor devastated once again. Her excitement about a fresh start with Ridge is palpable, but the higher she climbs, the harder she will fall. With all signs pointing to another inevitable heartbreak, how will Taylor cope? Will she retreat into solitude, or could this latest romantic disappointment push her into the arms of someone new, perhaps even someone she never expected? A spark between Taylor and Jack? A romance waiting to happen if Ridge ultimately breaks Taylor's heart. She may find herself in need of comfort, and Jack Finnegan could be the one to provide it. The two already share a mutual understanding when it comes to the struggles of parenting, particularly when it comes to Finn and his complicated family dynamics. Jack, who has been dealing with his own romantic turmoil, might find solace in Taylor's company. Could the show be laying the groundwork for an unexpected romance? It wouldn't be the first time that two heartbroken souls found comfort in one another. Jack, who has been struggling with his complicated history with Lee Finnegan, may see Taylor as a breath of fresh air, someone who understands the pain of being cast aside. Of course, things might not be so simple. If Taylor and Jack grow closer, their budding relationship could be met with resistance from those around them. Finn, for instance, might not approve of his father getting involved with Taylor, especially if the situation complicates his own marriage struggles with Steffy. And let's not forget Ridge. Would he feel a twinge of jealousy if Taylor moves on before he does? The fallout from Finn's potential paternity bombshell. Speaking of Finn, his world may soon be turned upside down if it turns out he is Luna Nozawa's biological father. The revelation would undoubtedly shake up his marriage to Steffy Forrester, causing tension between them and potentially pushing them toward a breaking point. If Finn and Steffy's relationship starts to unravel, Jack could find himself in the difficult position of supporting his son while also navigating his growing bond with Taylor. Could their shared concern for their children bring them closer together? As they confide in one another about the chaos unfolding in their lives, it's easy to see how emotional support could turn into something deeper. Taylor, who has always been a compassionate listener, might be the one person who truly understands Jack's struggles. After all, she knows all too well what it's like to see your child suffer because of complicated relationships. If the tension in Finn's marriage escalates, Jack and Taylor could find themselves leaning on each other more than ever. Will Taylor play matchmaker for Jack and Lee, or take him for herself? At the same time, Taylor might initially try to take on the role of a mediator rather than a romantic partner. Being a therapist, she could see the potential for reconciliation between Jack and Lee Finnegan, and she may even suggest that they give their marriage another shot. If she truly believes that Jack and Lee belong together, she might go as far as recommending a trusted therapist to help them work through their issues. However, this plan is far from foolproof. Lee may not be open to the idea of rekindling her romance with Jack. After all, their relationship has been through serious turmoil, and some wounds may never fully heal. If Lee flat out refuses to consider reconciling, Jack might feel like he has nowhere to turn, except to Taylor. Could this be the moment that sparks a new romance? Taylor's good intentions might take an unexpected turn if Jack begins to see her as more than just a friend. The more time they spend together, the more likely it is that deeper feelings will emerge. And once that door is opened, there may be no turning back. A forbidden affair? The possibility of a cheating scandal. As much as Taylor might try to convince herself that she's just helping Jack, emotions are unpredictable, and temptation is a powerful force. If Ridge eventually betrays her once again, Taylor could find herself vulnerable and seeking comfort in Jack's arms. But what if this happens before her relationship with Ridge is officially over? If Taylor and Jack act on their feelings while she's still with Ridge, it could lead to an explosive scandal, one that might actually push Ridge back toward Brooke. Ironically, Taylor's own actions could end up being the very thing that seals her fate and drives Ridge away permanently. Would Ridge see Taylor's potential betrayal as justification for returning to Brooke? Or would he be blindsided by her actions, feeling as though she never truly loved him? Either way, the drama would be undeniable, and the consequences could be devastating for everyone involved. What's next for Taylor, Ridge, and Jack? No matter how this plays out, one thing is clear: Taylor is heading for another heartbreak, and the choices she makes in the aftermath will determine the course of her future. Whether she finds solace in Jack, attempts to rekindle his marriage with Lee, or gets caught in a scandalous affair, the drama is bound to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. At the same time, Ridge's inevitable reunion with Brooke will serve as yet another reminder that Taylor was never truly his first choice. Will she finally accept that Ridge will always go back to Brooke, or will she continue to hold on to false hope? Meanwhile, Jack's role in this tangled web is just beginning. Will he and Taylor explore something real, or is their connection destined to be a fleeting moment of comfort? And if Finn's paternity drama explodes, how will it affect Jack's decisions moving forward? One thing is for certain, this storyline has all the makings of a classic Bold and the Beautiful saga. Love, betrayal, secrets, and unexpected twists will keep fans glued to their screens in the weeks to come. Is Taylor about to make a huge mistake? At the end of the day, Taylor's greatest flaw might be her inability to walk away from hopeless love. If she continues to chase after Ridge, she is bound to find herself heartbroken once again. But if she allows herself to open her heart to Jack, could she finally find the happiness she's been searching for? Or will this entire situation spiral out of control, leaving Taylor with even more regret? Next, we're breaking down the biggest moments of January 2025 on The Bold and the Beautiful, from shocking performances to twisted betrayals and unexpected revelations. Buckle up, because this month was packed with drama. Catherine Kelly Lang reigns supreme, a performance for the ages. For the second month in a row, The Bold and the Beautiful fans have spoken. Catherine Kelly Lang delivered an unforgettable performance as Brooke Logan, earning nearly 45% of the vote for Performance of the Month. And it's easy to see why. The moment that sealed Lang's victory? That explosive confrontation with Ridge Forrester. Brooke wasn't just hurt, she was furious. And in true Brooke fashion, she didn't sit back and wallow in self-pity. She fought back, and that fight came with a slap that echoed across the Forrester estate. The impact of that moment wasn't just physical, it was emotional, deeply personal, and years in the making. Lang's portrayal of Brooke in January 2025 was nothing short of masterful. She channeled Brooke's righteous anger, her heartbreak, and her unwavering determination to reclaim her power. For once, she wasn't going to be Ridge's fallback option. She wasn't going to let herself be used as a pawn in his endless game between her and Taylor Hayes. And when she pushed Taylor aside, literally, it was a moment of catharsis that had B&B fans cheering. But beyond the drama of the slap and the shove, Lang gave depth to Brooke's pain. She showed us that Brooke wasn't just angry at Ridge for running back to Taylor, she was disappointed in herself for believing, even for a second, that he would change. That level of emotional complexity is what made Lang's performance stand out. And if January was any indication, Brooke is far from finished shaking things up. Naomi Matsuda delivers a scene-stealing performance as Dr. Lee Finnegan. Coming in second place, Naomi Matsuda dominated the screen as Dr. Lee Finnegan, earning over 30% of the vote. And honestly, she deserved every bit of that recognition. Lee was on a warpath this month, and for good reason. Her deep-seated resentment toward Poppy Nozawa reached its boiling point, and she wasn't about to let sleeping dogs lie. The ambush paternity test was a jaw-dropping move, showcasing Lee's ruthlessness and her refusal to let Poppy manipulate her family any further. But the brilliance of Matsuda's performance wasn't just in Lee's steely resolve, it was in the way she seamlessly transitioned from rage to regret. When the DNA results revealed that she had been wrong, that Jack hadn't betrayed her with Poppy after all, her entire demeanor changed. Gone was the cold, hardened woman who had been on a mission for the truth. In her place stood a mother, a wife, and a woman who suddenly realized she had been fighting a battle that never even existed. That moment of realization was powerful, and Matsuda played it to perfection. Lee's guilt washed over her like a tidal wave, and in an instant, all her anger melted away. She was apologetic, visibly shaken by the truth, and suddenly desperate to make amends. It was a performance filled with nuance, And it reminded BNB fans why Matsuda is one of the show's most underrated powerhouses. Bill Spencer and Luna Nozawa, a mansion, a mystery, and a possible manipulation. Then there's Bill Spencer, once a ruthless tycoon, now a man living in self-imposed isolation. The Bold and the Beautiful has given Don Diamant some truly compelling material this month, and he has taken full advantage of it. Bill's decision to help Luna escape prison raised a lot of eyebrows. Why would he go to such lengths, for someone he barely knows? What does he see in Luna that made him risk his own reputation, to give her a luxurious safe haven at his mansion? These are the questions that fans have been asking all month long. Diamant's portrayal of Bill in January 2025 has been fascinating to watch. He's no longer the same brash, arrogant man who bulldozed his way through life. He's quieter now, more introspective. There's a loneliness in him that seems to connect him to Luna in ways even he may not fully understand. The two have bonded over their complicated pasts, their troubled childhoods, and their shared sense of isolation. But here's the real question, can Luna be trusted? Lisa Yamada has played Luna with an enigmatic quality that keeps viewers guessing. At times, she seems genuinely sincere, grateful for Bill's generosity, and determined to turn her life around. But then, there's that smirk, that calculated glance, that subtle shift in her tone that makes us wonder, is she playing a long game? Is she manipulating Bill into believing she's someone she's not? Either way, one thing is certain, Bill has changed, and Luna's presence in his life is only making that transformation more intriguing. The sinister stalker, the corporate coup, and the mystery of Luna's father. But January wasn't all about emotional performances, it was also filled with twists, turns, and dangerous secrets. The corporate war at Forrester Creations continued to escalate, with Hope Logan and Carter Walton making major power moves. But while the battle for control was raging in the boardroom, an even more chilling threat was lurking in the shadows, a sinister stalker, whose presence sent shivers down fans' spines.